In this ukulele tutorial, we're going to go over a easy blues strumming shuffle rhythm here on the Baritone Ukulele. Hi, I'm Terry Carter, and welcome to Uke Like the Pros. If you're into baritone ukulele tutorials, then this is a great channel for you. Make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell notification. And also, I have a beginning baritone boot camp course. If you're really serious about diving into this great instrument or want to touch upon the essentials, then that course is great for you. I'll put a link of that below, but that's the course that's going to teach you your chord, your strumming, your scales, and a bunch of other great stuff that you need to know for the baritone. So this video is going to be a simple strumming using a blues in the key of D. Now, this is maybe not the first key you would think of when you're thinking of the baritone, but the reason why I'm using that is because I have other lessons here, an easy, intermediate, and advanced blues rhythm that's also in the key of D. So this would go along with that. So this one is going to be more of this. And then if you see those other tutorials, which are more like this, then those two will match up. All right, so we're in standard baritone ukulele tuning, which is D, G, B, and E. If you have a soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele that's tuned G, C, E, and A, you can do the same shapes, but it's going to sound different if you're playing along with me, just so you know that. All right, so 3 chords, 12-bar blues. We're in a key of D, the D chord, the G chord, and the A chord, except we're going to make these 7th chords, so D7, G7, and A7. If I just play the last 4 bars, it's going to sound like this. All right, so we're going to start with strumming with our index finger. Okay, you can strum with your thumb, but for this one, why don't we use our index finger? And the first chord here is your D7 chord. So make sure to get these chords down and memorize. This will help you when you're switching. Okay, so you got your D7 chord, and we're just going to strum up and down 8th notes. These are swung or shuffle 8th notes. So follow me the way I do it. And that's all we're going to do. Just real simple for this one chord or the D7 chord. Ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so that's 4 bars, measures 1 through 4 on the D7 chord. Then we're going to go to the 4 chord, which is G7, D, E, F, G. And here's a G7, real simple. Just a 1-finger chord. Real simple chord on the baritone here. And we're going to do this for 2 measures. Here we go. Ready, and 4, and down, up, 3, and 4. And then we go right back to the D7 for 2 measures, and so that's bars 1 through 8, just 2 chords, D7 and G7. Now, what I played earlier, that last 4 bars, it's going to go A7. It's just 1 measure, okay? So here's your A7 chord. I use fingers 2 and 3. You could use fingers 1 and 2. I prefer, though, fingers 2 and 3 on this. And as I mentioned, just 1 measure of that. So here we go. Ready, and then it's going to jump to the G7 chord for 1 measure, and back to the D7 for a measure, and then bar 12 back to the A7, and that's probably the hardest part of this because you're switching chords so much. Let's just do those last 4 bars. It would be bars 9 through 12 in your 12-bar blues. Here we go. A7, G7, D7, and A7. 2, 3, and what you do is you either repeat the whole thing, so go back to that D7 chord for 4 times, or if you're done playing it, then you would just end it on a D7 chord. We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to do it 2 times because I want you to get used to repeating it, because that's essentially what blues artists would do, is just repeat this over and over again. All right, so here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 1, 2, to the G7. At the top, I'm not going to say anything. And you just end it right there on the D7 chord. So anyway, this is a great, simple pattern that would work great if you were having someone that was soloing over you, or even singing, or if another person was playing kind of more of that traditional blues shuffle pattern. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.